Ahoy there! Welcome aboard another episode of Rule the Waves 2. I'm Katori87 and we are playing as Great Britain. The year is 1931 and the world is on the brink of war. Fortunately, the most recent arms race has been somewhat limited by a naval treaty limiting all of our ship construction to no more than 12,000 tons and no more than 10-inch guns. But at this point, focus is much more on carrier forces than on battleships. So we'll see where things end up. In the meantime, I've got my comfy slippers and a nice little snack, so let's get this episode started. So we've got most of our ships on active fleet or in reserves working up in preparation for war, so budget is not looking great. And some of our older foreign station ships have had to come in for refits. But that shouldn't take too terribly long, and hopefully we'll be able to get through this without too much disaster. So we'll just move right along on to our next turn. Ooh. Well, that's not good. Okay, our top spy has acquired the plans for the German ship Wappen von Hamburg. Okay, we've got a seaplane carrier with quite a few aircraft, and they have catapults. I am so jealous. But somehow with that many aircraft, I don't think this is just going to be used for scouting. We'll see what actually ends up happening to it. Alright, Naval Air Station Plymouth has less aircraft than capacity? Nope, we'll figure that out. Plymouth, Harwich, Way Highway, Esquimalt, Takao, Hong Kong. Okay. Alright, looks like nothing too significant happened this turn. We've got a few more obsolete cruisers, but nothing much we can do about that until this current batch comes out. So we're just going to move right along. Oh, America is hosting an international regatta and sail race. Our well-trained crew is the favorite to win. Well, we could try and reduce tensions. Or we could go for the win. It's not like America would go to war over a sailing race. Not when we win it fair and square. We'll go for it. Oh. Well then. If war it is, then war it shall be. Alright, time to put these foolish Americans in their place. Alright, so first of all, we've got some activity we need to do. We've got all of these destroyers. Okay, all of those up through Red Pole. We're going on trade protection for anti-submarine. The Gurkhas and Lances, we'll figure out what to do with those. Meanwhile, Elmsgarths also need to go on trade protection. There we go. That gives us 120 ships on trade protection. I think that should do the job pretty well against enemy submarines. If we've got more submarines than, or more trade protectors than they have submarines, we should be able to do, you should be able to do fairly well against them. Alright, we're going to need to move most of our fleet overseas, so that's going to be very expensive. But that's what it's going to take. Alright, so we've got to take all of these active fleet ships, and we are moving all of them. Here we go. To the East Coast. There we go. Send those off. And we also need some cruisers. Alright, let's see. Cruisers, we'll take the Pandoras. There we go. And we're going to move all of those to the East Coast. Off you go there. Very good. And we're going to take all of our fancy new Garys. Oh boy, I can't wait to see these things in action. And we're going to move all of them to the East Coast as well. And we also need a decent collection of minesweepers as well. So we're going to take Yeah, we'll take 14 Dependence class minesweepers, and we're going to move those to the east coast. Seems like a lot, but we'll see. I'd rather take too many minesweepers than lose ships to mines. Alright, in other news, let's see where our own holdings are looking. So America does have a number of heavy cruisers in the Caribbean. That is a bit of a problem. And where's the rest of their fleet? Okay, not a whole lot of concern in Southeast Asia, so that's good. We're going to have to get some ships down to the Caribbean, and we're going to have to get some ships over to the West Coast. Alright, so for that, I think we're going to send some of our somewhat older cruisers. So let's see what we got. What do we got? Here we go. We'll take the Proserpines. We'll active fleet those and send them to the West Coast. There we go. Should provide decent protection there. And we're going to active fleet these and send them to the Caribbean. There we go. That ought to do something about their raiders over there. And we also need some destroyers to send along too. So we're going to split up these lances. We've got a total of 12, so we're going to do 6 and 6. So move that batch to the Caribbean. And the other batch can move to East Coast. There we go. That should do the trick. And then what do we want to do with these Gurkhas? Well, I'm not entirely sure. I think we'll just active fleet and then keep them at home. Just so we have something at home. There we go. Active fleet those. Do I have my carriers going overseas yet? Not yet. Let's do that. There we go. North American East Coast. All flat tops overseas. And then, yeah, we'll just keep these Koila seaplane tenders at home. Just to minimize our expenses there. Let's see what else we can do here. Yeah, I think that'll have to be good. Oh my god, my budget is not happy with this. Alright, on to our next turn. Okay, we've got a medium-sized coastal raid. That sounds like fun. We'll go for it. Alright, we could attack enemy ships in general, ships near objective. Yeah, we'll just do in general. That way, hopefully they'll pick off transports and other stuff that happen to be wandering around. Alright! And this looks like quite the collection for a coastal raid. So much for medium size. We've got 2 battleships and a carrier. And our objective is to sink 2 ships, any ship. Let's see what our scouting says. Here we go. So our objective is over this way. Let's dial that distance down to something we can actually guess as a reasonable achievement. Looks good. I don't think we need to go quite so far right. There we go. And let's work our way off a little bit further off to the left. There we go. And we'll actually put up a heavy cap. Alright, looks good. Next up is strike. I fully expect us to start encountering stuff, so we're just going to start readying up the torpedo bombers right now. Naval strike, torpedo, ready strike, and just to be safe, select that priority target as battleships. Alright, that looks good. And here we go. Yep, launch them float planes, see what we find. Alright, and we got our first report of an enemy heavy cruiser. How's our strike doing? Looks good. Alright, we're going to send one strike in that general direction. Let's see, yeah, one heavy cruiser. Yeah, I'm just going to send them over there. I'll probably find it. I hope. Alright, and we're going to launch that off. Oh, Pandora has spotted a submarine? Interesting. Well, that's not so great. That's like right next to my carrier. Well, hopefully they don't get to do very much. Alright, there's our Naval Strike heading out. Hopefully they find the target. And I think I'm going to pick up the pace on my battleships. Alright, our torpedo bombers are approaching enemy ships. There we go. First attack off. What are they going? Torpedo bombing enemy destroyer. Not great. And they hit it. Alright, next batch is going after enemy cruiser. Please hit. No hits. And torpedoing enemy light cruiser. No hits. Alright, time to send out the next batch then, I guess. They did have luck at the selected target, so we're just gonna launch these off and see what happens. Alright. We're gonna slow down to just a regular fast speed. Okay, 2 cruisers heading west-southwest. Sounds good to me. Let's see if... and 2 more cruisers reported. Thank you for the reports. And there we go. First spotted target. No idea what it is, but it's time to go get it. Whatever it is not moving very fast. I wonder if that got hit by a torpedo. Well, it doesn't really matter now. It just got hit by 2 16-inch shells. Alright, and we've got a transport spotted over this way. Alright, I think that's our second hit. Alright, do we want to detach Pandora to pick up survivors? You know what? Sure. A second cruiser? No. I'm not sending a second cruiser to pick up survivors. 1 cruiser is enough. Alright, objective accomplished. And how's our strikes? Okay, we need to start readying that group up. And let's bring our battleships back around. Nope, we have enemies in sight. It is time to start worrying about fighting. Picking up survivors is not our concern. Okay, we've got a Columbia class sighted. How on earth is that a heavy cruiser? 2 catapults and 18 aircraft? That is ridiculous. Methinks those numbers might be a little bit inaccurate. Alright, what are my destroyers doing? They're screening, but not very effectively. Well, we'll see what they actually end up doing. How's my strike going? Nothing noticeable. Okay, we've got our cap up, so that's good. Where'd my airstrike go? Okay, they are entirely the wrong direction. Hopefully they come back down. Alright, Naval Strike is ready. So we're going to pick our location in this general direction. Priority target battleships. And launch. Alright. I know they'll be landing at dusk, but that is a risk I'm willing to take. Let's see if we can bag a few more ships here. Drop that game speed down to normal so we can actually react in time. Alright. Cap is doing all sorts of fancy work, but we are not seeing a whole lot else. Thank you for the reports. Let's actually start shooting stuff. So they're shooting back at us. I'd very much appreciate it if you guys would shoot at them. Okay, our torpedo bombers are in the right area. Alright, looks like we've bagged ourselves another cruiser. Alright. I think that's good enough. And there's a torpedo. Yep, that's good enough. Time to turn north. And we're going to drop back down to 20 knots. That'll give us a chance to reform and properly disengage. Well, hopefully those torpedo bombers head home. I'd very much not like to lose an entire wing of bombers due to them wandering off at night. Alright, we'll pick up the speed. Okay, they are heading home. Alright. Well, they did make it back, so that's good. Uh-oh. Problems with temperamental engines. That's not good. That seems like it's sort of a problem we should have found out about before. Well, I guess... Oh, an unknown ship. What is it? What is it? Transport. Well, I think that's an X-transport. There we go. And we'll just wander our way back home. Yep. All ships enter port. And mission accomplished. All right, we sank 2 light cruisers and 2 transports. We did take some losses. Lost 5 torpedo bombers due to landing accidents. Not too thrilled about that. That is diluting our experience. But hey, that is a glorious victory. Let's see what all they had at sea. So that was their main force. 1 heavy cruiser and some... Well, it's not much of a heavy cruiser. All right. We'll call that to a close. Haha. It's like taking candy from a baby. Free prestige. You know, I'm not even going to name this battle. Enemy fleets dominate the seas around Grand Bahama, Puerto Rico, Trinidad. Enemy submarine has sunk our corvette Standish Hall. Torpedoed and sunk the Ernie. Torpedoed and sunk the Forester. Destroyer Millbrook sunk by a mine off the east coast. Okay. Well, they sank 10 merchants. We sank 7 of their submarines. They also took down 2 of our destroyers, which is not great. But we still outnumber their submarines by quite a bit. So that's good. And we are blockading them. Oh, outstanding. And we are already starting to see maintenance issues. Maintenance issues? Why are we having maintenance issues? Oh, okay, that would explain it. We are just a little bit over the base capacity there. Okay, we do not need that many ships. And looks like America is trying to challenge us down south. Why? Oh, they may be trying to kick off invasions down south. Okay, that's not so good. Okay, we got to start splitting this up. So I'm going to grab the... We're going to leave the older ships up north. We're going to grab the Iron Dukes and the Inconsiderables. Actually, you know what? Since those are not that great. Okay, we're going to grab the Iron Dukes and the faster battle cruisers. And we're going to move those down to the Caribbean. Get some of our forces split up there. And we're going to do the same thing with the Pandoras. So we currently have 14, so we're going to take 7. There we go. We're going to move some of those down to the Caribbean. And do we already have ships down there? Gary's are looking okay. And we've got a bunch of lances over there. What are these guys doing on the East Coast? We're going to move those guys down to the Caribbean. There we go. And I think I'm going to grab the Gurkhas as well. So we'll move those down to the Caribbean too. There we go, that should be good. Alright, that should deal with the base capacity issues that we're running into. And while we're at it, we should start doing something about that up here. So we're going to improve bases here. We're going to improve bases here. Going to improve bases there. What about here? Yeah, we can improve bases there too. There we go. Keep your enemies close. That way we can launch the full fleet against them. Alright, those are looking good. How's our construction? Oh, we are almost done with some of those ships. That is good. And these comices are almost out. That is also good. Alright, orders are out. That ought to straighten up these maintenance issues. I wonder if that's what was going on with our temperamental engines. No, it was Pandora that was having trouble with temperamental engines. So that is not a good sign. We're having some unexpected issues with our light cruisers. Alright, well, let's move right along. Next turn. Cruiser action off the southeastern seaboard. Okay. I'll take it. We'll see how our Pandoras fare against theirs. One destroyer unable to take part in distance due to distance to closest base. What? Okay. Alright, so we've got 2 light cruisers and 5 destroyers at this. And it is almost nighttime. What on earth are you guys doing? Alright, off we go. We'll pick up the game speed there. Alright, unknown ship sighted. Well, here we go, flank speed. Okay, we've got them identified and we are opening fire. It's turn to open broadsides. And I'm also going to order the flotilla attack and send those destroyers in. Do some damage while we can. Alright, Chattanooga class, interesting. Slightly faster. Roughly comparable armament, just a little bit less. Hopefully our fire control advantages will help. Oh, and we lost track. Ooh, we're having all sorts of poor weather here. Well, hopefully we're at least able to re-engage. There we go. Uh-oh. Comb the wakes. These destroyers are doing a terrible job of properly screening. They should be out front. They should be running faster. Look at that, speed 22. Yeah, I'm taking manual control over these. All right. Go forth, boys. Light those boilers and get those ships up to speed. Uh-oh. Okay. We know that they're cruisers now, so that's something. Let's see. We want to... I want to do a complete turnaround, so we're going to do a line abreast, turn together. That ought to get these things turned around to maintain their positions fairly effectively. Hopefully, if they'll actually turn. Oh boy, torpedoes in the water. Looking good. I'm seeing all sorts of hitting on them. 6-inch guns, 4-inch guns, that is good. And none of our torpedoes hit. Might have been a dud since one of them disappeared. Alright, fish in the water. Okay, we're turning off that turn together, and we're going to try and reform. We'll try and keep us close. Oh boy, yeah, look at that. One of them's already slowed down. Yeah, that Chattanooga is not doing well. That's good. Uh-oh. Oak! What happened? Oh, 8 6-inch hits? Yeah, that'll do it. How's everyone else doing? Goldfinch. Oh, yeah, you've taken 2 medium hits and half your guns are out? Okay. Yeah, that looks good. No flooding on anyone. So far, we're actually looking pretty good. So if we can get out of here without taking any more losses, I think that'll be a victory. So the Oak is sinking, but we also sank one of their cruisers. And that is a trade that I am willing to accept if we can get out of here. Alright, more torpedoes out. Good. Just out of curiosity, Oak, are you able to fire your torpedoes? Nope. I guess they're too busy abandoning ship to launch torpedoes. Fair enough. I respect that. Unidentified ship hit by torpedo. Oh. Excellent. I'm kind of curious what that is. If it was a destroyer, it's probably sinking by now. Yeah, that was probably a destroyer. Alright. I think that's good enough. It's time to turn away. We have done our damage. It is time to not get greedy. We're going to reduce speed to 20 knots there. These guys are going to go, ooh. I guess we're not going to go 20 knots. We're just going to disengage back to home base. at all reasonable speed. And these guys are going to reduce to cruising speed. Alright, let's get out of here. Alright, there we go. Successfully disengaged. We'll put these guys back on AI control so that they might rejoin. Goldfinch, what are you doing? You are most certainly capable of keeping up now. Especially if I reduce cruising speed to 14 knots. So we're going to bring you back and you can rejoin. There we go. Back in and off we go. It's a long way to go. It's a good thing we've reduced speed to cruising. And there we go. Mission over. So we sank one light cruiser and one destroyer, and they did not a whole lot to us. I mean, we did lose one destroyer. I am kind of curious what happened there. So let's take a quick look. Alright, so we sank the cruiser Flint. Let's see, Chattanooga class. That was a night fight. Oh, advanced director. So the Americans do have that technology. Okay, but yep, took a whole bunch of medium hits, took a bunch of light hits. Yep, she got gunned under, so that is good. The destroyer Oak took a bunch of medium hits. Let's see what all happened there. 5-inch guns, 4-inch, 5-inch. Okay, so that all added up pretty quickly. So I guess those 5-inch hits are what did it. So turret knocked out, near miss, turret destroyed, hull hit, belt penetrated, which of course they're going to do. And this is all super duper close range stuff too. Main gun crew cut down by splinters. What? Oh, that's annoying. Aren't they supposed to be behind gun shields? Alright, and then there's another hull hit belt. That's more flooding. Belt extended. That's more flooding. Belt extended. Engine room hit. Belt penetrated. Yep, that dropped down her speed. Limits flooding. Detached due to heavy damage. Yep. Oh, no. The reload torpedo explodes. That's interesting. That is very interesting. Let's see if anything else happened. How's our other stuff? The Pyramus seemed to do fairly well. 6-inch hit. 6-inch hit. So we did get hit in the engine room, so that did reduce our speed. But we were still plenty able to fight. Near miss, 4.5 hull hit, so that was a destroyer. Belt extended, penetrated. Oh yeah, nothing too significant there though. And then the Gary herself did not do well. One of those 5-inch. Okay, so we had a couple hits. Launches 5 torpedoes. Okay, that's good. And look at that. Torpedo reloads in action. That's good. Launch that last torpedo at a destroyer. I wish I was able to select individual torpedoes to launch, not just a whole mount. And the AI seems very effective at launching just 1 or 2. Bridge damage. Yeah, we did take a fair bit of damage on these destroyers. They're not that robust. But we're not seeing very much speed loss, so that's good. How fast was the Oak able to go? Yeah, it doesn't say. And once she was sinking, it was no speed. Okay. How about the Worden? That was American. 6 5-inch guns. Interesting. So that's actually very close to what we're rocking. Because we've got 8 4-inch as opposed to 6 5-inch. And more torpedoes per launcher, but probably doesn't have reloads. And then the Goldfinch, of course, limited to 17 knots. What'll happen there? Okay, engine room hit, built penetrated. Yeah, that's bad. That'd certainly limit your speed. Okay, so we are seeing some of that stuff. But it wasn't a complete kill. And she was definitely still able to stay operational. And most of this other stuff seemed to do fairly well. Ha! McDougal's the one that took a torpedo. Yep. That was over real fast. She's rocking 8 4-inch guns. Interesting. Otherwise identical to that 5-inch gun ship. Alright. Well, I think we've learned what we can from this battle. Time to move right along. Minor victory. 10 cruisers have finished reconstruction. Good. A new American torpedo bomber called the Martian Seagull is entering service. Huh. Walruses and seagulls, eh? Rumored to be faster than our fastest torpedo bomber. Oh no, the Queen Amelie has been sunk in a spirited gun duel. And another corvette torpedoed and sunk. That's 3 corvettes. And one of our cruisers. But at least she's not lost. And we sank another 8 of their submarines. So that's good. The enemy is getting some victory points from trade warfare, but not a whole lot. And we're not really actively pursuing that because we got a blockade on them. Yep, there it is. Russia's had to halt construction, so I don't particularly care. Germany's rebuilding the Kaiser. Interesting. Oh no, they're taking technology leaks from me. That's annoying. Okay. And now that we've got... Let's see, that is 9 rebuilt Comus class, so that's good. Oh wait, make that 10. Okay, so we're going to foreign station those, and then we can rebuild another 10. So we'll just take those and send them in for rebuilds. Alright, wow, that was super duper cheap. How are things going over here? Okay, we got a few Garys in for repairs. That's fine, that's fine. Still got one showing maintenance issues. So that's not so great. And cruisers having maintenance issues, but that's expected from foreign station cruisers. How are things going here? Okay, looks like America has given up on the Caribbean. And they still have heavy cruisers there, but not quite what they had before. And where are the rest of... Did they run away to the west coast? Well, that's interesting. Okay, well then. That's fine by me. Well, at least we're no longer over our base capacity, so that's good. Still got most of our carriers here. Oh, I forgot to split those up. So we're actually going to keep the carriers in the north, but I'll take the trusty escort carriers down south since they can actually keep up with the fleet. Where'd you go? Here we go. Maxtons. There we go. We'll move those down to the Caribbean. So if the Americans decide to come back, we're ready for them. Alright, anything else going on? We've got plenty of mine laying capacity. So that's good. Alright, I think that about wraps it up for this turn. We'll just move right along. Next turn, Amphion has condenser trouble. Enemy has sounded us about a negotiated peace with us gaining disputed border areas in some of their colonies. Well, that is tempting. I think we can crush them more completely. So let's try for it. Well, let's see. Crush them completely, or press for hard terms. I think we'll press for hard terms. We'll see how that goes. Well, I guess they're not too happy about that, so we'll just keep on going. New torpedo bomber prototypes ready for evaluation. Let's see. What do we have here? Alright. No significant changes in speed. But we do have some improvements in range, so that's good. Alright, let's see. So we've got... This one's looking nice. The Gloucester. Cruising speed 69. Nice. Range light 158. And definitely an improved heavy range as well. That's good. Reduction in maneuverability, but better toughness, which is good. Better bomb payload, so that's good. Yeah, let's start developing this. That is a nice step up. It's not a huge improvement, but every little bit does count. And of course the Americans are spouting off about how fast their new torpedo bombers are. Who knows? We'll see. Enemy fleets dominate the seas around Formosa. What are they doing there? Enemy submarine torpedoed and sunk the destroyer Waveney. Battlecruiser Indivisible has hit a mine in the Caribbean. Okay. And the Americans are off doing raiding. But no actual battles. Interesting. Okay, we still got them blockaded. Let's see what else is going on. Where is their fleet? So they've got 3 battleships on the west coast now. They're sending ships to the Southeast Asia. That's interesting. So they've got 2 battleships and a battlecruiser over here in the Central Pacific. What on earth are they trying to do? This seems absurd. And I can understand sending cruisers over there, but it's not like they can reach anything significant. Well, I guess if they're trying to kick off an invasion or something. Well then, we can't have that. I guess we should send something over. Alright, let's see. What all can we send? Alright. We gotta send something as a response. We can't do nothing. So I think we're going to take some of these battle cruisers. Now we're going to send the Ineluctables, and we're going to send the Maxtons. And we got to send some destroyers too. So we've got a whole bunch of lances here. Take those Old Faithfuls. And we're going to move those to Southeast Asia. Alright, off you go. Good luck. And we still need some sort of carrier presence in the south, so we're going to grab... I want to keep like speeds together, so we'll take the Invincible and we'll move that down south. So we'll put that in the Caribbean. All right, and that is orders issued. And where things go from here, we'll have to find out in the next episode. Until then, this is Katori87 signing out.